Hello and welcome. Chapter 12 is subjective control. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and concentration of your attention. Attention may be either attracted from without or directed from within. So things are either taking your attention away from you or you're choosing what you focus your attention on. Attention is attracted from without when you are consciously occupied with the external impressions of the immediate present. The very lines of this page are attracting your attention from without. Your attention is directed from within when you deliberately choose what you will be preoccupied with mentally. It is obvious that in the objective world, your attention is not only attracted by, but is constantly directed to external impressions. But your control in the subjective state is almost non-existent, for in this state, attention is usually the servant and not the master, your passenger and not the navigator of your world. There is an enormous difference between attention directed objectively and attention directed subjectively, and the capacity to change your future depends on the latter. When you are able to control the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you can modify or alter your life as you please. But this control cannot be achieved if you allow your attention to be attracted constantly from without. Each day, you set yourself the task of deliberately withdrawing your attention from the objective world and of focusing it subjectively. So choosing where you focus, choosing where you focus. In other words, concentrate on those thoughts or moods which you deliberately determine. Then those things that now restrict you will fade and drop away. The day you achieve control of the movements of your attention in the subjective world, you are master of your fate. You will no longer accept the dominance of outside conditions or circumstances. You will not accept life on the basis of the world without. Having achieved control of the movements of your attention, and having discovered the mystery hid from the ages, that Christ in you is your imagination, you will assert the supremacy of imagination and put all things in subjection to it. So the last chapter was about how your imagination was about how controlling your imagination is going to set the premise for what it is that you're after. This chapter reminds us the importance of controlling your attention, and this is going to set the standard for how quickly you get to your desire. When you're able to focus on your moods and direct your attention from within, when you tell yourself what to focus on, that's when you're able to hold those feelings better, hold that image better in your mind of what you want. And you'll achieve it when your attention is focused, when you control it. The Master Key System by Charles Haanel, he starts having he says to control your attention by sitting your body down somewhere and not moving a single muscle. You don't scratch an itch. You don't, you don't bounce your leg. You don't move anything. I think it's for 30 minutes at the longest. I think he said 15 to 30 minutes. Once you're able to control your own body, once you're able to limit your movements from within, that's, one of the best things that you can do, because now you can control where your attention is directed. You're not letting things outside of you you're not giving your attention away. It's not being pulled from you. You're directing your attention. And it's not really something, I don't want to say it can't be done overnight, but it definitely takes practice. So that's a challenge for you if you'd like to work on that, but it's a very good way to achieve better control over your attention. As always, just being present, having that present moment awareness is going to help direct your attention from within instead of being pulled from without. I noticed for me that reading, and I don't mean like audible, listening to a book, but actually having, like this for example would be fine, but having an actual book in front of you, something that even though it is pulling your attention from outside because you're reading the lines of a page, you direct your attention from within to focus on those words and to set the pace by which you read the words and you understand it. And that's also how you can be more present too. Like if you're reading a book, I'm sure we've all done this where you read and then you have to reread something like 5 times because you read the words, but it didn't process for you. Like you can read the words and you know what they say, but it has no meaning to you. You don't understand it. You're not taking it in because you're not being present. You're not paying attention to it. So I would recommend that, reading an actual book, sitting your body down and not letting any part of you move for 15 minutes. Start with 15. I like to do it before bed. I do it like, I'm great at it now because I've been practicing, but you can do this whenever. Just do it for 15 to 30 minutes. So that's subjective control. That's controlling your attention from the inside out. A controlled attention and a controlled imagination are the 2 keys to manifesting. So that's chapter 12, and I will see you next time.